Pre-wash is still one of the most misunderstood steps in car detailing, especially during winter. A lot of people think that you cannot wash when it's cold outside, but as long as the temperature are above 34 Fahrenheit or 1 degree Celsius, there's no real issue if you do it properly. So today I'm going to show you why I use a pre-wash before every contact wash, and then we'll compare 3 different car pre-washes on this extreme case of a dirty BMW. I also want to explain why these 3 pre-washes are very different. We'll use the brand recommended dilution, we'll measure the pH at the recommended dilution, we'll apply them on the car on the same panel, let them dwell, rinse off with a pressure washer. We'll also use the gloss meter and the color sensor to find out the nuances. Quick refresher, the whole point of a pre-wash is to remove heavy contamination before you touch the paint with a mitt or a towel. The cleaner the surface is, the less chance that you have to scratch the paint or mar your finish. So if your paint is polished, your car is newer, it's going to be very important going forward to keep this as pristine as possible, and this is where the pre-wash comes in. So for me, a pre-wash is mandatory before any contact wash. If I don't have the time to do a full wash, I'm not washing the car at all until the next time. All right, so from there, this is going to be super important, especially during the winter, as we have grit, sand, salt, and much more dirt than during the summer or the spring. In winter, a lot of people are switching to their rinseless washes. That's fine, but for me, during winter, a pre-wash is extremely useful when the car is heavily soiled. As long as it's above 34 Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius, you're fine if you're going to wash outside. I've been doing it for years and years. If the water is not freezing on the car, not freezing around the car itself, there's no real issue there. All right, the stars of the show. First off, CarPro Lift. This has been released many years ago, has a great smell, foams really well. Dilution is 1 to 10 in your foam cannon, which is going to make an end dilution of about 1 to 150. So let's look at the pH measurement once this product is out of your foam cannon, straight on the paint. All right, CarPro Lift recommends 1 to 10 dilution. If you put it through your pressure washer, it will dilute it again at 1 to 15. So we need a 1 to 150 end dilution. So I'm gonna get 5 ml here. We have 750 here, 5 ml of CarPro Lift. So when CarPro Lift will reach the paint, the pH should be something like 10.5. So in my opinion, CarPro Lift is more of a maintenance pre-wash. This is a nice foaming, surfactant-based pre-wash designed to lift and encapsulate the dirt, not chemically attack the dirt, which is why it's different. For me, this is more coating friendly. You can use this before every single wash. Can't wait to compare it to the 2 others. I know it's not the exact same type of aggression, but in this video I want to present you 3 different types of pre-washing, and from there you can choose what you need and what fits your style the most. All right, next up we have Cleantle TFR pre-wash. So this is more on the aggressive side. Cleantle also has their citrus foam product, which is more on the moderate style of pre-wash, but still effective. So this one is marketed as pH neutral, but you'll see in my pH measurement, according to the SDS, this is pH 11. Okay, so let's look at Cleantle TFR pre-wash. They say to use 100 ml of their product with 1,000 milliliter of water. I'm gonna shake this through and pour it back in my little cup and measure the pH. Cleantle TFR diluted. Yeah, 12. And this one behaves like a high alkaline traffic film remover. It's a strong cleaning pre-wash and probably not a gentle maintenance pre-wash according to my research. It relies on strong surfactant, degreasing agents For me, it's designed for the winter grime or the super neglected car before prepping a car for polishing, ceramic coating. For me, it's better suited for professionals, very dirty, unprotected cars. But if you use it at 1 to 20 in your pump sprayer, this one is claimed to be safe on your ceramic coating. So I've almost finished my bottle of Cleantle TFR pre-wash. This is super effective. I've seen it melting down all that dirt on white cars during this current winter. So this is a super well done formula. It does not have any harsh scent. And for me, this one sits between CarPro Lift and Mild Deep Release. Next up, we have Mild Deep Release, which is a citrus pre-wash that you use in a spray bottle, in a pump sprayer. This one is pH 13 according to the SDS.
Mild Deep Release. Let's get a 100 ml to make it 1 to 10. Then I remove the lid, put some in my little cup. So that's the recommended dilution for Mild Deep Release. Let's look at the pH. This was rinse and all that. So we're looking at pH 12.3.
This one is a strong alkaline cleaner, obviously, including sodium hydroxide, which attacks dirt. It uses surfactant and citrus-based cleaner. It's designed to chemically break down heavy winter grime, traffic film, and so on. So this is also marketed as safe on wax and coatings. So we'll see in this video if this is going to hurt my ceramic coating. In the real world, it can be true if you dilute it properly, short dwell time, and occasional use. I would not use this on every single wash. Think of it as a heavy-duty tool for heavy-duty jobs and not for daily maintenance. You know, Europeans would probably spray this at the lower parts of the car and then use a pH neutral foam and foam over it. That's their style, and for me, this is what this product seems to be good at. Enough theory, let's see what actually happens on real winter dirt. Alrighty guys, we have our CarPro Lift 1 to 10. We have Mild Deep in my right hand and Cleantle in my left hand. Okay, Mild Deep starts at the M badge on the right. So we'll take the appropriate measurement after. So I'm doing my best to not cross-contaminate, of course. So I'm gonna let this dwell for 2 to 5 minutes or until it starts to dry and give it a rinse. All right, my friend, it's been around 2 to 3 minutes at least. I'm starting to get some dried spot at the top here on the CarPro Lift. So let's give it a rinse. Gonna rinse from the other side. All right, so I think I was pretty generous with that rinse. I did all the way through, up and down, left and right, really slowly on every single inch of that rear end. Now what I want to do is get this 100% dry so we can take measurements. We can find out which is the cleanest section and find nuances between those three, although they're not the exact same. They don't have the same chemistry. They don't use the same dilution, but we'll find more answers once this is dry. So I'll use the leaf blower for a few minutes. It's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna fast forward this part. Now the car is 99% dry. I haven't touched it with anything other than blowing it with air. I have my NIX color sensor on the C-Lab measurement. So to recap, the closer to 20, the cleaner. So visually speaking, CarPro lift seems to be a little bit dirtier, quote unquote. So let's start scan 25.55, 25.19, 25. All right, so we'll run this up at 25. Let's check out Cleantle, 21, 21.32, 21.49. And let's look at Malco, 21.14, 21.47, 21.78. Quick shot for the visuals. I know there's reflection. On the CarPro side, there's a visual indication that it looks more stained or gray, as you can see. In the middle here, where under the license plate, we have Cleantle. And here on the right, we have Malco, which looks really clean. Of course, we have the window on the right side blowing up on it. And you can see those overspray, the area that I didn't use the pre-wash here. And then we get to clear, clear, dirt, and clear. So of course, the sections I haven't sprayed were left off with some overspray and a lot of pressure rinse. So that did the trick, but you can see it's not the same cleanliness for sure. At the bottom, we have pretty much the same evidence. Now I'm gonna get my gloss meter, give it a few readings, and see if we can find a difference. Let's go here actually, on the flat surfaces. 51.7, 47.6, 51.6 again. At the bottom, 46 at the bottom. Here we have Cleantle at the bottom. So we went from 46 to 90, 91. Quite a big difference. 96, 98, 96. Wow, that's insane. Insanely good results. Malco at the bottom. 89. Near the badge. 99. 99. 98. 97. Check out that bottom again. 93. 98. And CarPro. 39, 49. So a massive difference between those three.
Now let's find out if those pre-washes product are going to melt down my ceramic coating. Here we have Nexent Decon Foam. Whoa, this is thick. I do like 50 mLs. Let's give it a rinse. So the coating is not hurt, at least there's no reduction of water beading. Really happy with that. Top to bottom, it's looking good.
There's no single best pre-wash, there's only the right tool for the right job. In my opinion, Mal Deep Release is best suited for unprotected cars, neglected cars, professionals that are doing volume, that are facing nasty and forgotten cars. If you have a ceramic coating and you face extreme cases just like mine, once in a while I don't see any problem using Mal Deep Release. Extremely effective, even at 1 to 10 as we've seen in this video. CarPro Lift is more of that maintenance style of pre-wash. Really nice foam, nice experience. I would keep this for spring, fall, and summer as well. And when you have extreme dirt like mine, it's probably not the best tool for this specific job, all right? TFR pre-wash by Cleantle, super nice, super effective, cost effective as well. I would look into this. Like I said earlier, this one for me sits between the two, and it's still super, super effective even at somewhat of a low dilution. So I really enjoy all of these three products, my friends. By the way, the links are going to be in the description down below. Always use the code Dogma to support videos like this. With that being said, my friends, I'll talk to you in the next video.